Stop Nick Shirley, California Assembly Bill 2624. Nick Shirley, the pesky, mischievous, rambunctious, far-right racist YouTuber and independent investigator, has proven yet again to be a thorn in the side of the Democrat Party. After recently exposing the supposed rampant fraud taking place in Minnesota, or as we the Resistance like to refer to as, the Great Migrant Reparation Wealth Transfer, Nick Shirley has proceeded to begin a new fraud investigation, but this time in Gavin Newsom's very own Golden State of California.
Nick Shirley is at it again, revealing today that his team uncovered more than $170 million in suspected fraud in Gavin Newsom's California.
Our fellow Democrat allies have begun initiating the very first countermeasure in order to silence and restrict anyone who attempts to document or expose our Democrat-protected childcare and hospice fraudulent activity.
California Democrats are taking heat for a new bill they're pushing that one lawmaker has now dubbed the Stop Nick Shirley Act.
California Democrat Assemblywoman Mia Bonta, a heroic Democrat who bravely protects child traffickers and minor attracted persons, has bravely introduced California Assembly Bill 2624, or as we proudly refer to as the Stop Nick Shirley Act. This new defensive legislation will serve as a deterrent to any and all independent journalists who dare to uncover our covert redistribution of taxpayer funds. California Assembly Bill 2624 will effectively restrict and prohibit the documentation and publishing of any information involving nonprofit and community organizations who receive government funding. California Assembly Bill 2624 will also restrict public access to any information regarding the locations and addresses of such nonprofit and community organizations, thus keeping our unregulated NGOs secret and safe. Anyone attempting to document and expose fraudulent government-funded activity will then be held liable and face penalties such as criminal fines and possible imprisonment. My fellow Democrats and I only believe in the freedom of press as long as it does not conflict with our interests and ideology. If California Assembly Bill 2624 is signed into law, our government-funded NGOs will no longer have to worry about racist MAGA extremists, subjecting them to uncomfortable questioning. After all, the term fraud in itself is only a colonial, cis-normative construct, and is primarily used to oppress the underprivileged who have a different method of entrepreneurship. If our migrant comrade allies choose to identify as a valid licensed daycare or hospice provider, then that is their lived experience, which in fact makes them a valid licensed provider. To even suggest that they are fraudulent should in itself be deemed a hate crime, as you are essentially denying their self-identification. And must you be reminded, we do not tell people that their self-identities are false in 2026. I am calling on all of my fellow resistance warriors of social justice virtue to begin voicing your support of the passing of California's Assembly Bill 2624. We must suppress the voices of anyone who opposes the redistribution of taxpayer funds. We must defame and slander anyone who voices their concern of fraudulent wrongdoing. We must silence Nick Shirley.